Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States.
Donald Trump set the tone on the very first day of his second term, signing 46 presidential actions, one after another.
What is this? Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir?
Ooh, that's a big one.
It was a frenetic start to 100 days that threw world order into disarray. It's the 20th of January, and in his inaugural address, Donald Trump promises that his America will expand its territory.
My administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
In his sights, Panama, historic ally Canada,
Only being a 51st state.
and the Danish territory of Greenland, coveted for its natural resources and strategic location. Copenhagen is flabbergasted.
Greenland is today a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It's part of our territory, and it's not for sale.
In Munich on February the 12th, Europeans are left staggered by Vice President J.D. Vance. He declares that the biggest threat to Europe is not from Russia or China, but from within.
And the next item, sir, is a letter that will be transmitted.
The United States turns its back on international cooperation. Donald Trump pulls the country out of the Paris Climate Agreement for a second time. He sets about dissolving the US Foreign Aid Agency and its budget of tens of billions of dollars. By mid-March, 4 in every 5 of its programs have been axed. Boston University estimates that 150,000 children have already died because of the loss of malnutrition relief and disease prevention.
All the mobile clinics that were being supported by USAID are gone.
Trump's turned off the taps for Ukraine too. Since he came in, no new military aid has been introduced. Even vital intelligence sharing is briefly put on hold. On the front line, Ukrainian troops suffer setbacks. Trump begins direct talks with Moscow, sidelines Europe, and calls Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator. Zelensky refuses Washington's demand for Ukraine's mineral resources. And on the 28th of February, the world watches live as he receives a dressing down by Trump and Vance in the Oval Office.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, you said thank you.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again, just say thank you.
I said a lot of times.
You're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
It's music to Moscow's ears and a horror film for Ukraine's allies.
There's one aggressor, Russia. There's one victim, the Ukrainian people.
Before taking office, Donald Trump pledged dozens of times to end the war within 24 hours. But Vladimir Putin is in no hurry. Another war Trump wanted a quick end to is in Gaza. At the start of February, he makes a series of shocking proposals. The US would simply take the Gaza Strip, more than 2 million Palestinians would be removed, and it would be turned into the so-called Riviera of the Middle East.
I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
The White House even publishes a video of an imaginary Trump Gaza made with artificial intelligence.
Finally here. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1. Golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1.
Reality couldn't be more different. After weeks of ceasefire, Israel resumes its offensive on the 18th of March and blockades humanitarian aid, plunging the territory into further devastation. Trump said his legacy would be that of a peacemaker, but the Nobel Prize he thinks he deserves is not looking likely. Trump might well be considered a warmonger, at least when it comes to trade. On the 2nd of April, he imposes punishing import taxes on goods from every single US trade partner. A market rout ensues, and the dollar and US bonds are dealt a body blow. The president attempts to reassure.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, please, sir, make a deal.
Then comes the twist. Less than a week later, Trump pauses his tariffs for 90 days.
I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
One exception, tariffs of 145% on Chinese goods. Beijing retaliates in kind with taxes on American goods. The risk of a global recession rises, and the world must weather the whim of the White House's flip-flopper-in-chief.